Hey guys, it's Saturday night down here downtown. Taking a little night walk for y'all. Well, actually for me too, because I wanted to go for a walk, which is really weird because this is Saturday, so I had 2 hours in the morning of teaching. Then I had the whole rest of the day off. I thought after last week, walking to and from work twice a day, being on my feet for 7 hours a day, teaching, that on my days off I would just want to lay around, do nothing. There's the theater. But no, I actually said, let's get up, walk around, take a walk downtown. It's a nice night. Not too hot, no breeze or anything, but still not too hot. My first week full-time went really good. You learn as you go. I think the important thing, and I guess I can, if you've ever taught children before, you probably already know this, and you might think I'm kind of an idiot for not even realizing it to begin with. But children are a lot different breed than the older teenagers and adults that I am used to teaching. They can be wild, rambunctious, and the first couple of days they will try to test your authority. And I learned, one of the things I learned in my TEFL course was you have to establish your dominance, that you're the boss, in those first couple of days when they try to push and test that. And they were correct. Hello. And they were correct. And luckily Tuesday and Wednesday were kind of chaotic. I'm trying to figure out who's who, which ones are going to listen, which ones are going to pretend like they're listening and not really, who's going to do the work, who's going to slack off, that kind of thing. And I thought that would be a challenge, but it was actually fairly obvious from the second day who was going to cause the issues and who was not. However, I am so happy with both of my classes I have in the morning and afternoon. Once the kids realize that in a battle of wills you are always going to win, they settle down, they pay more attention. They don't try to talk over you, they do the work. And they go from being rowdy to absolute pleasures having in the class. And I can honestly say that to the parents when they show up on Friday. I'm like, yes, it is my pleasure to be teaching your child. I guess part of that has to do with the whole teaching culture over here. You know, I think I mentioned this before, some teachers come over here, they don't really care about the teaching. They're doing it just for the money, which is nice. But they're just here to hop around from country to country. And when a child is exposed to that kind of attitude from someone they should look up to, they get the feeling that everybody who does that is going to be the same way. So I think they understand that I don't have to yell at them, I don't have to demean them, I don't have to threaten them to get them to do what I want. I hope they see that I actually care about their education. And I'm not a fly-by-night person. I explained to them, you're not going to get rid of me in 2 months or 3 months and get a new teacher. So get used to me now, like me or don't. That's your choice, but you will listen. And that seemed to work pretty well with my kids. It always helps when we have a great support system. Our administrators are really good. They listen to our concerns. They give our ideas and suggestions to the boss. And they take care of business when it needs to be taken care of. And also, of course, my other teacher, the Lady Helen. she is a great teacher, and she has more experience than me, so I like to listen to her because she has a lot of things to say that I can use in my classroom. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's talking about, and I'm really glad she's a part of the school, because again, I could have got a teacher to work with that just didn't care at all and just, well, buddy, you're on your own. Sorry about your bad luck. And I'm glad she was not like that. So having said that, it was a hectic week. Of course, I'm not used to getting up at 5:45 in the morning every morning to get there by 7, a half hour early, but that's all right. I managed. I'm looking forward to next week. They were doing some work on the school today. Of course, I had my 10 to 12 adults class, and tomorrow the same. But they had a person come in trying to repair some things that were broken. They're really sprucing the place up more, which is really good. They got Sai, our head administrator. She's doing a great job. She's putting up banners. Her desk, whenever you walk in, looks like it's she's on an arts and crafts project. She's always cutting up paper. She's got scissors. She's got paper. She's got colored pencils and markers and everything, trying to make banners and signs and things to make the outside of the rooms look more attractive and appealing, and it's working. It's working. So I also got to have one of my students from my afternoon class. She's one of the older students, and she is far more advanced than the rest of the class. And I know she gets bored in my class because everything I'm teaching she already knows. She has studied English for a long time. She speaks it very well. And if I write a word on the board, 9 times out of 10, she can say the word with almost perfect pronunciation and use it in a sentence. So I know the things I'm teaching, the ones that are not as advanced, she is bored with. But luckily, we decided to let her come in on the Saturday and Sunday classes that I teach with adults. She'll be the only kid there. But I think she'll get a lot more out of that because we can get into some of the more difficult and not widely taught aspects of English, like all the grammar rules and different sentence structures, complex sentences, auxiliary verbs versus action verbs, all that fun stuff that nobody really likes teaching, but some people really like learning, and I think that will do her well. An Indian restaurant here, Lotus Indian Restaurant. And here's the place. Somebody left me a comment telling me they were coming over here in February for a couple weeks, couldn't wait to stop and get a Happy Pizza. Here's a place right here. It's called Static Pizza. I told them to order the extra happy, and they can just float from the restaurant onto the street. It will do the trick. But next month when I get paid, I'm thinking about doing doing some things for the kids. I'm not sure what. Probably give an award, some kind of award, maybe a certificate, maybe a new backpack. They're not that expensive. Something, maybe a new pencil case with new supplies in there, crayons, because we're always using like really short pieces of crayon pencils that are almost down to the nub and things like that. Maybe give something like that to the student of the month. Maybe do that once a month for the student in each of my classes that exhibits the most cooperative attitude and who learns the most. And maybe a little something for most improved. Take somebody who's not as advanced, and if I think they're the ones in they are the one in my class that has significantly improved enough, give them a little something. But there are a bunch of ideas. Myself and Helen, you know, we're going to discuss it with the owner, with the boss. You know, some concerns, of course, because again, I want to stress that it's new, so there are always going to be some concerns. Things will happen and that we weren't expecting. Maybe neither of us know what to do with that. So I was like, well, let's talk to the boss about those things, see what he thinks. But also different ideas we can use for the school, maybe some kind of reward program for those with perfect attendance. They get a little something. The good thing over here is that most of the things we can give them would be very much appreciated. The kids would love it. And over here, they are, of course, way cheaper than you could get back in the States. So it wouldn't break the budget of the school if we could do something like that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a big thing. A pencil case with all new supplies would be like, kids would love that. They would just love that. Okay, it's really dark now. I'm not going to subject you to this. I just wanted to show you my little night walk. Let you know how my first week at school went. And yes, I still plan on putting out videos going around to different street food stalls and show you that. And also, I'm going to one of the supermarkets and showing you guys all the prices. I have a couple things to do tomorrow afternoon. While I'm out and about doing those things, we'll stop and I'll give you those. So I will talk to you. Hi guys, it is now Monday morning and I just finished my morning class. It's a little bit after 10:30. Obviously, I did not get a chance to do any of the things I wanted to do yesterday. Even though I only had 2 hours in the morning, most of my afternoon was spent trying to figure out an issue with my external hard drives. I won't go into all the details, but basically somebody wanted to buy one of my external hard drives, my 2 terabytes. I had reformatted it to PC before I left for Cambodia. I've never used it since I've been here. But when we plugged it into his computer, it turned on, worked fine, made that little doo-doot noise to signify that it recognized it, but it didn't show up anywhere in his computer. There was nothing to click to do anything with it. There were 3 of us there, and none of us had any idea what was going on. We knew it worked. Couldn't figure out why it wasn't in his computer anywhere. Couldn't find it. Let's just say it took us 3 expats most of the afternoon and a lot of trying to figure this out and that out and this out and that out before we realized what the problem was. We eventually got it solved and he bought it, but by that time it was too late to really go to the supermarket to get some video. And the only thing I ate was a delicious bowl of noodle soup across the street for $1. It had just been a long day, so I decided to put that off. I figured I'd tell you about that now so I can upload this video. And then sometime later this week I will try to have the supermarket, at least the supermarket video. Might have to wait till the weekend because of course I work 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours at night, or 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and then an hour at night. And that is enough walking for one day, I think. But I'll get around to all those. It just didn't work out as I planned for yesterday. But luckily, I met a couple of really nice guys from Australia. During this process, we're all working together trying to figure out what the issue was. Nobody got mad, nobody got upset. We just started doing different things, talking about different things from, you know, my country and their country, what was going on. Really, really nice guys, Steve and Scott. So that is why I don't have the footage I wanted to do. With that being said, you will have this for right now. So I hope you enjoyed my night walk, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.